Okay, what we're talking about next? Guardians of the Galaxy. Finally, a movie that I have so much enthusiasm about.
Yeah.
A movie that has exceeded my expectations, and a movie that has guaranteed Marvel Studios as a juggernaut in the superhero filmmaking industry.
Wow.
And I mean, straight up, no chaser. Although I'm drinking with chaser. Guardians of the Galaxy exceeded I went in there expecting something and it literally exceeded my expectations. Anyway, let's go into. Well, I'm happy to go into the pros right now. Like I could talk. I could talk pros.
Introduce the director.
Yeah.
Actors,
Okay. Well, let's go. All right. First and foremost, James Gunn.
Yeah.
This is a guy that started out, if you want to go into the history of James Gunn, trauma cinema. And if you are a film buff or if you know, trauma cinema is B horror movie cinema. And this is cheap, low budget, practical effect horror movie. Toxic Avenger, that's Trauma Productions. So all of that stuff, real cheap, real practical. He was a director and he learned directing in that era. So he's a person coming up from the roots. And he had Slither, and he had a couple of like I said, movie modest budgets, but he did good stuff. And anyway, he got Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was one of the greatest decisions Marvel ever made, putting him in charge of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because as we watch that movie and it started, we'll get into a little bit of spoilers here. The perfect introduction into Star-Lord, Peter Quill. First and foremost, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a comic book nerd, right? And I read hella comic books, and I have a extensive collection. I never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book, so when I realized that Marvel was actually doing this movie, I did my research and I went on the wikis, I went on the Marvel sites and I did it, and I realized what version they're using, so I kind of familiarized myself with the characters. So I went in there with a good backstory knowledge of the characters. Marvel, because they made that movie, they made me do the research to go into it and do it. And very interesting thing, and how they brought about how the characters came about in the film was absolutely brilliant. First and foremost, all the characters, Rocket, Groot, Drax, Gamora, Zoe Saldana, first and foremost, her.
I love her.
Literally, like she owned that character, like you saw it in the film and you said, another strong female lead in Marvel.
Finally, and a woman of color.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Ethnic diversity, but even though she's green, fine. The universe is the galactic universe is multicultural, and even the girl who played Nebula. Bring up the name of the girl because she deserves. I think it's Karen Gillian.
I feel like she was
Gillian or so. I'm not sure. Just give
what's
me.
The name
bring it up for me.
What's the name of Nebula?
Gillian, yeah. Karen Gillian. All right, yes, Scottish girl. And she didn't even do it in a Scottish accent, just to show you how these actors are doing their thing. Natural Scottish girl. And she shaved her head for this role. Ladies and gentlemen. So. She shaved, and I know they gave her a wig of her own hair to wear when she got finished filming. That's how dope Marvel is. Marvel, hats off to you guys. I heard that literally. I heard that. That's what she said. But anyway, let's get into like how this movie was so cohesive, how the pacing was phenomenal, how everything, visual effects. Come on, drop up Wikipedia. What's the budget for this movie?
So
really need to, because coming from James Gunn, he is spending every money to make this movie awesome.
$170 million.
According
to Wikipedia.
According to Wikipedia. So I would say 100 million went straight on CGI, or probably even 120, and the rest was on everything else.
Because the other stars weren't as.
No, the other stars were in this thing called they're in this thing called the Marvel contract, and this Marvel contract is what you call.
No, I mean they weren't as well known. Like you don't have to.
Well, yeah, but that's true. But you had some names there that were like
big heavyweights.
Yeah,
Diesel and
but the thing is, for what they did, you get what you pay for. Yeah, exactly. He's doing voiceovers. He's not really doing that much motion capture. That was pure CGI, and of course, Bradley Cooper did. What I realized that Bradley Cooper not really doing a lot of promotion for this film. I really not seeing him like in the press junkets and stuff, but.
I know Batista.
I mean, but Bradley Cooper though. I mean, he did phenomenal with the voice for Rocket. I mean, I literally got attached. Like Rocket was just this this guy that, yo, he has anger issues. He's like, he will seriously blow your face off. You know what I mean? And like, you look at this little raccoon, this lovable raccoon, and he's like, this raccoon will freaking kill me. He's a straight up G. Like he's Rocket is a OG. And Groot is just like his bodyguard. You know what I mean? The OG's bodyguard. Groot's just there, you know what I mean? And Groot is dope. Groot is actually the only one in this film that actually has superpowers. That actually he's doing something like, you know, super powering. Yeah, you know, he's been in like the living tree. So
I like the dope. Fireflies.
Very. That was a nice moment. The music on this, everything worked so well.
I actually like the music on this.
First and foremost, the soundtrack. Dope.
Yeah.
How they integrated the soundtrack with the tapes, dope.
Yeah.
Like that is just like that, and that's James Gunn. I'm telling you, Marvel keep it. Well, first and foremost, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was announced before the movie even came out, just to show you that movie is tracking. I'm going on a limb and saying Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm thinking 65 to 70 million, between 65 and 70 million. Domestic box office in the United States opening weekend.
We'll check this.
We're going to check this next week. I'm betting something. So if I win this bet, Irv has to down 4 shots of Appleton in a row. So
I gotta drive home.
60. Well, the next time we'll come back next time. You have to down 3 shots of Appleton in a row. So we're talking about 65 to 70 million. If I'm within that range, you have to down 3 shots.
Opening weekend.
Oh, domestic opening weekend. US domestic. We're not talking international, just domestic. So we're talking about the States.
60 to 65.
So between 65 and 70.
Oh, now you're changing it because
I said 65 and 70.
Okay, fine.
All right, good. We'll have a bet. We'll have a deal.
So what are you saying? So if it's more, I ain't drinking.
If it's more, you're not drinking, and if it's less, you're not drinking.
Okay, good.
So you know good.
75 mil is what I'm saying.
Oh well, that's good. I mean, if it did that, I'd be happy.
You got down 3 shots off it and then continue reviewing.
Well, that's a bet. I will down the shots before. I will record it. I down the shots and I do the review. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. But anyway, let's get into.
That's not even a challenge for you.
Yes, not really. So anyway, we're going into I mean, what are the good things? Oh, technical aspects. I mean, we're talking about a guy that has directing experience. Bring up James Gunn, please. I need some facts here. Okay. Bring up James Gunn, Irv. Let's find out how long this guy has been directing. First and foremost, this film was shot so proper. Nothing was distracting from the films. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, he looks a bit weird, but he's a really cool guy. Really cool guy. I mean, from all the interviews, I don't know him personally, but you know, from what I've seen, he's a really cool guy. Like he has like the experience.
Trauma Entertainment. That's where he started.
There you go, Trauma. Like I said before.
First Hollywood screenplay was Scooby-Doo in 2002.
Wow. Well, okay, he started with Scooby-Doo as a screenplay. Dawn of the Dead. He was working with Zack Snyder with that. Zack Snyder directed that. It was all Dawn of the Dead. He was one with Zack Snyder. It was a recent one,
2004.
Right? Yeah, Zack Snyder. Yeah. So he did the screenplay for that. Very dope. Alright, well, Slither. I think it was his first
2006.
movie. Okay, I think that's his first movie.
James Gunn's PG porn.
Okay, well,
that's a review for another time.
Yeah, we're not even going into that right now. Yeah, we're not even going into. But James Gunn, I mean, he's diverse. I mean, somebody who did James Gunn PG porn.
He did Thor: Dark World. That was really good.
James Gunn didn't do that.
It says partial. Oh, my bad. Uncredited is director for mid-credit scenes.
Oh, well, he probably did some mid-credit scenes. He probably did some like simple stuff. Probably helped Alan Taylor out in a little bit, bit of stuff at Thor: Dark. But anyway, he signed to Marvel. He's doing things. He's doing big things now. He's on a big, and he wants to do part 2, and he deserves to do part 2. To be honest with you, this movie shows why Marvel Studios is becoming this juggernaut in making these movies. I mean, when you saw Captain America, I don't even go into there, but like how they can do it like a spy Tom Clancy type movie, and then they go into this Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like basically the Star Wars for the Marvel universe. It's like, it's just phenomenal. Even just the couple seconds we got to Thanos, the couple minutes we got to Thanos with Josh Brolin doing the role, and you hearing his voice, and everything was just so commanding. Then you see the guy who Lee Pace playing Ronan, like that's him coming off of the comics. You know what I mean? Like coming off of the page of the comic. James Gunn, absolute brilliant job. All I can say is I'm giving this movie 9.5 out of 10 cams. I'm sorry, 9. I can't give it 10 because certain movies I have to give 10s. They have a who knows? I might feel different tomorrow.
9.5 is strong.
I might feel different tomorrow. I said 10, but you know how I'm feeling right now because I'm kind of drunk. It's 9.5. But I think totally, guys, it deserves 9.5. This movie absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what would you give it, Irv? To be honest with you, what would you give it?
I don't know, like 8.
You give it an 8?
Yeah.
Well,
only because, like, I don't know these
the
comics,
characters.
so I can't fully give you a 10 if I knew the history, and then yes, that's what I saw.
Well, I mean, coming from a comic book nerd, I have to give it a 9.5 because I mean, it's a good adaptation
as well,
to film.
for someone who's not familiar with the comic world, it was a nice introduction to the Marvel universe.
Yeah, the cosmic universe.
Yeah, or
the
whatever.
Marvel, cosmic, which is really fun.
And I really like that they intersect, like, you know, with the end of Thor. You see the collector guy. Yeah, but that's what it's all about. But that's Easter egg at the end.
But that's what it's all about. Like Marvel, that's the only thing that's why I gave it a 9.5. Yes, I know the reason why I gave it a 9.5. The only thing that pissed me off about this movie was the after credit scene. I'm not giving any spoilers away. I'm not, because I expected to probably something to lead into Ant-Man, probably something to lead into, you know, Doctor Strange or something. But
we
Marvel,
made 3 minutes for 10 seconds.
we simply got disappointed by this end credit scene. Not giving you any spoilers for that. Spoiler reviews for a different story. Anyway, thank you very much. Guys, remember to email yardy-reviews, yardy.reviews at gmail.com. Please email us, you know, any questions,
share.
subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. Anyway, thank you guys. That's Guardians of the Galaxy. Peace out. Me and Irv, we're out. Thank you. You know, cheers.
Cheers.